All right, so let's get into a few of these bullet points.
Mm-hmm.
All the way from Chicopee, Mass.
Yes, sir. Chicopee, Massachusetts, baby.
But man, I mean, you just recently planted yourself kind of firmly in LA, right?
It's actually yesterday marked 2 years of the podcast, but it also marked 1 year since I left Massachusetts. It was weird timing. I moved out to LA, or I packed up my car August 31st of 2017. It was the 1 year marker for Purpose in the Youth, and crazy emotion, crazy timing. But I ended up making it out to LA. It would have been probably September 5th or 6th. We did about a 7-day road trip across the country,
Nice.
which was something that I had always dreamed of doing. But it'll be a full year right now. I mean, this upcoming week by Thursday or Friday, it'll be
That's
a full
amazing,
year
man.
living in
Congrats.
LA.
Congrats.
Thank
A
you.
lot of people, even when I came out here, a lot of people come out here
Yeah.
and like 6 months later,
Yeah.
man,
I'm already seeing people do that right now.
they pack their bags and they head home.
Mutual friends that moved out right around the same time as me, they're already moving back. And it's kind of crazy because this is the place with all this opportunity. And these are people that are doing something creative. And I just don't understand.
Yeah. A lot of people
I
kind of
don't
get
know.
frightened of it.
They
Some
get
people
frightened
even
of it.
stage
I
fright.
also understand it's expensive, but when you move here, you kind of know what you're signing up for. I had visited LA 6 times before I officially made the move. So I knew what I was walking into.
I visited one time when I was
One
like
time?
10.
Wow.
I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm moving to California.
Wow.
This is before I knew anything of what do I want to be in life. I was skateboarding at that point, you know? But I was like, Mom, I'm going to move to California one day.
It's something about this place.
Yeah,
it's like a drug.
it's crazy,
Once you get a taste of it. I had always wanted to live out here since I was a kid, before I even visited LA for the first time. But that first time I visited LA when I was probably a sophomore, junior year in high school, I knew.
Was it like this is film and TV when you were a kid? Kind of maybe.
It's definitely growing up on the East Coast. It definitely was seeing the movies. Like I remember Brink. I think that was shot at like Venice Beach.
Yeah.
All these classic movies. There was a Jesse McCartney TV show, Summerland. I think I watched when I was real young.
Any of the MTV shows.
Yeah, it was all this different stuff. But I don't know. It just from when I was a kid, there was just this idea of LA, the palm trees, the sunny weather. I was like, come from the East Coast. I was like, let me get there. I need to be there. So there was always in the back of my mind, there was 2 other times in my life I thought I was going to move out here. I thought it was going to be going into college. When I didn't get into like my number one school, that didn't happen. And then I thought right when I graduated college, I didn't know what I was going to do next. I was like, maybe this is the time to move. And then I started having this idea with the podcast, and I realized that's not the best time because the podcast needs people. I don't know anybody in LA. Why am I going to move there and try to start a podcast with people?
Right.
I don't have any friends.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And then the third time,
that's
ended up being
smart.
the best time.
A little pre-plan.
Yeah.
That's
it was a
smart.
long time coming though. It was always on my mind. I was always telling people in college, even by the time I told my parents I was finally ready to make the move, they kind of knew it was coming. I gave them the 1 year marker. I was like, 1 year from now, I moved into this apartment in Boston. I said, I'm going. I don't care if anybody's not going with me. I'll do a year here in Boston, and then I'm going west. And the timing was great. I had one of my best friends move out here with me. I had some friends living here, and it couldn't have been better timing. So that's super important. You got to recognize that, right? Like you don't want to jump into it too soon when it's not the right time to actually do that.
So mention podcast.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and highlight that. You are the mastermind behind Purpose in the Youth.
Purpose in the Youth. Yes, sir. The bearded mastermind.
The bearded mastermind. Why don't you give everybody a little rundown of like what Purpose in the Youth is to you? Because I can tell you what it is to me, at least from listening to it.
You know, it's crazy. So I loved the timing of this podcast because we had been in touch for almost damn near 2 months to make this happen. Yep. So I appreciate you working with me. And the timing has been crazy. And I knew when you reached out, I was like, we're going to do this. It just needs to be the right time.
For sure. Like side note, right? When you, or sidebar.
Sorry,
whatever they
call
say.
It whatever.
When you move to LA, right, there's this thing you realize maybe 6 months in that all of a sudden, like everybody's timing is crazy. Right? It used to be easy to lock down times with your friends back home because no one's fucking doing anything.
Yes,
man, right?
And also the size of this place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I live in LA.
Times.
You live in LA.
Yeah.
We live 45 miles apart.
Exactly. Yeah.
And people don't understand. On top of the LA traffic, it's a mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a commitment. But
so
I'm always about, I knew when you reached out to me, I was like, I'm definitely going to do this podcast. I just want to make sure that when I go to do this podcast, it's not forced, that I don't have a million other things that I'm worried about.
We appreciate it, man.
Everything worked out great. And then yesterday was the 2 year mark of the podcast. So it was like perfect. Now
another
I'm about
serendipity
to go
moment.
There it is.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. Make sure you check out the full episode in our Tobe YouTube channel. You can hear the full episode there. Or if you just want to listen to the podcast, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere you can find a podcast.